Assalamu alaikum students. My name is Asif and I am back with the new lecture. That is the first lecture of this month, December, and as we have been told to take online classes once again. Recently, we have taken the classes in the first phase, but now we are going to launch the second phase of Corona pandemic. And due to this situation, we are not able to conduct your physical classes at college here. So, welcome you all the students, and we are going to start again the online mode based classes. Today, I have selected the topic a poem from your poetry book of first year, and the poem is The Deserted Village. Lines from the Deserted Village that has been composed by Oliver Goldsmith. Today I am going to talk about first the introduction of the poet, and then I will be talking about the poem. Let me tell you another thing that previously we have done a lot of things in the online mode phase, but now this time we have been experienced already that how to learn, how to get the experience of online classes. So there in the previous mode we had homework based online classes, but at this time it has not been decided by the college management that we are either going to take assignment based video lectures, or we are going to take assignments for the student. So it is another topic that will be decided laterly, and inshallah I will tell you very soon. So this is the first lecture of this online mode phase 2. Yes, lines from the deserted village. Let me tell you the one of the most important thing, that whenever we have to study something, we need to understand that one of the topmost and first thing we should learn first is the title. What is the title? It matters a lot. The title is Lines from the Deserted Village. First, we have got the idea that they are few lines, not the complete text. So remember, whenever you find the word lines, it shows that we are going to study few lines from the whole context. We are not going to experience the complete text of the deserted village. Actually, by Oliver Goldsmith, it was written the complete poem of 430 lines, but we are having few lines from the all 430 lines. So first thing, this is the experience of few lines, and the next thing, from the deserted village. What is the meaning of deserted? Why have Oliver Goldsmith chosen the name deserted? Actually, it is an adjective, deserted, the place where there is the barren surface, or where there is no more happiness, or where there is no more charming or attractive things over there. So deserted, the meaning of the deserted means that you can take the word even the literal meaning or even in the spoken sense. The poet wants to say something the word by using the word deserted. He means that there is a village that has been converted into desert. What are the reasons it has been deserted like a desert? You have seen the villages in your life that the villages are not desert places. They are colorful places, and even they are considered the green lands. So why is the reason the poet has used the word deserted village? So we are going to let us know about the reasons. What were the reasons that the village has been converted into desert? So we will get to know about the reasons, but first of all I want to tell you about the basic points of the poet, and then I will tell you about the poem compositions. First, we have the introduction of the poet. Let me tell you that when he was born and how the features of the poets are. He was born in Ireland, that is nearby England, in 1730. And let me tell you that it was about the ending age of transition age. Yes, this was the time when age was about to end. As you have studied very well in the physical mode, and I have told you many times that there is always a name given to the period when there was something popular, and they usually give the name the popular thing of the that period. So actually the age of transition, I will tell you later that what is the meaning of transition and why have they given the name the age of transition. It is the age right after Elizabethan age. And why have they given the name the transition, and right after the transition age there is an age of romanticism. So you have studied already the age of romanticism, but you have never been listened to the word of transition. So I will let you tell you about the meaning of the transition. He was essayist. He was not only the common essayist, but he was popular essayist of his age. He was poet. He used mostly the village life, the rustic life in his almost poems, because he used to like the other image of the village lives, because it is very good to experience the village life, because it is very the serene environment over there. So therefore villages are considered to be the places where the life is very colorful than the city life. So he used to compose almost all in all the poems the themes of the rustic life, the theme of happiness, the theme of joyness, and something relevant to these topics. And he was also a dramatist, but actually he was considered the more than in his field, that he was considered the most important poet of his age, rather than essayist and rather than dramatist. He belongs to the age of transition, as I have told you that where the transition age stands. Actually, it stands right after the Elizabethan age and before the Romanticism age. So let me tell you that what is the meaning of transition. Transition means that to transform something, to change something. Transition means the change of something. Even you can say the radical change, or even you can say that the big change in something is called transition. So what was the change that have been made? What were the changes that have been made at that time? Actually, these were the changes. These were the things that were changed by the new king that came after Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth. Yes, exactly. As you have earlier been told that there was the Elizabethan age when the Queen Elizabeth was ruling over the England. But after Queen Elizabeth, there was a new king, the new king to throne, and he almost, whenever you might have studied that, whenever the new prince or the king comes into the power, and they normally just change what was going on in the previous government or in the previous regime. So the king already after to Elizabethan age, he changed whatever the rules were passed in Elizabethan age, and even the literature was almost changed during the transition age. Even we can say that all the aspects of Elizabethan age were changed during the age of transition, and they even changed the writing themes. Even they changed the way of living, civilization, laws, and whatever have been passed by Queen Elizabeth. So this is the reason we are calling it the age of transition, means the age of change. They changed whatever was in the Elizabethan age into the new age, and they made some new laws, and even then the writers were choosing some new themes for their literature or something else. So this is the reason we are calling it the age of transition. Next point is the poem is basically well known for the traveler. Actually, it is the great work done by Oliver Goldsmith, because he was the poet when there were many people who were talking about the histories, but he was not one of those poets who were writing histories. He had his own different opinions. He was believing in the beauty of nature. He was believing in the good aspects of rustic life. So this is the reason he was different poet and different writer than the other contemporaries. So he was just unique in his age contemporaries. So he used the traveler in a different style, and almost as I have told you that he has chosen the topic of nature, so in which he also depicted the colorful images of nature. Died in 1774. This is how we need to understand, or we need to remember all the basic points of the poet Oliver Goldsmith. Now we are going towards the basic points of poem. Yes, one of the topmost point I have chosen to tell you that it is a long poem. It is not a short poem. Yes, remember, it is not a short poem. It is a long poem, and long poem of how many lines? 430 lines. Yes, exactly. And we have not been given the rest of the context because it is too long to teach in an intermediate level. It is a rhymed couplet. Last time I have told you many times that what is rhymed couplet. Rhymed means where there is rhyming, and what is rhyming? I have told you when the ending two words are creating the same sound is called rhyming. Like sorry for the moment. Yes, like we say dance, chance, like we say here, and like we say fair. These two words are creating rhyming, and to create same sound is called rhyming. Where there is rhyming means a poem where a poem in which there is rhyming, we can say the poem rhymed. But what is the meaning of couplet? Couplet is the meaning of the combination of two things. When you join two different things in one, it is called couplet. It means we are having to read out a poem in which we will be having the experience of rhyming, in which each two lines will rhyme with each other. So this is basically the concept of rhyme couplet. Means a poem where there is rhyming and one line rhymes with the second lines proportionally, not after second or third, exactly. Written in first person. This is the unique quality of this poem that makes it unique, because it is written in first person, and you have already been told that what is the first person technique. It is called the monologue style. What is monologue style? When you tell someone about your previous experiences in first person, it means you are directly talking to someone. Means you use rather than he, she, it or they, you use I or we. This is called first person technique. When you share your own experience, someone like I was there and I was doing something, this is called first person technique. Yes, next, published in 1770. The poem was published in 1770. Next, the themes, the two main themes that are rotating throughout the poem, and the first one is rustic life. Rustic life means the village life, where there are more trees, where there is harvesting, and people are living in normal life, not a advanced life or civilized life. So this is called rustic life. Mostly poets in English literature and English poetry have written on the themes of rustic life, and even William Wordsworth was one of them. He used mostly the theme of nature throughout in his poetry. So he was also the poet who used to compose almost on the lives of the common people and on the life of, rather than the countryside, he used to depict the topic of on the theme of nature, on the theme of rustic life, on the theme of the happiness of village people and how they are, how they behave, how they work, and telling about their lives, and even their is talking style, and even their eating habits, whatever they used to do. Oliver Goldsmith has depicted in this poem. And the next is lamentation. What is the meaning of lamentation? Lamentation means when you are sorry for something. Means when you feel that something has done wrong, and you just mourn over the thing. That means lamenting. Yes, we have the another big thing is lamentation means Oliver Goldsmith in this poem is lamenting over what? Over the current situation of his village. Exactly. Oliver Goldsmith in this poem is sharing his own village with the readers. He is sharing his the happiness and joys and cheers of his village to the readers. So actually, first in the first step, he shares the lines we are having in this poem. In the first few lines, he is sharing the happiness, joys of his village, and then he laments and he criticizes the situation that he had experienced when he went to his native village after completing his higher education from London. So whenever he went back to his native village, and there he found that the village had been already diverted into the desert, like there were no charms like before. So he has chosen the topic of telling the readers that how the charms are fled when what are the circumstances that made your that make your life that you are living in a desert. So he is describing in this poem the theme of rustic life and the theme of lamentation, and I have told you all the points. Remember, the poem is lines, means we are not going to complete to read the complete text. Inshallah, in the next lecture I will tell you about the text, and I will read out the text for you, and I will also provide you the meanings of the difficult words in the poem that we will be having in the next class. So inshallah, till then, take care. Allah Hafiz, goodbye, and I will get you soon back inshallah in the next lecture. Goodbye.